Hello, this is business consultant and certified coach Dr. Andre Walton. I want to talk to you about a group of business owners and CEOs that I'm creating here in Northern Nevada. I'm starting this group because in my 20 years as an entrepreneur and CEO of a small international organization, I had to make many challenging decisions that would have been much easier and probably better made if I had had a group of peers with whom to discuss them, seek their opinions, and gain from their experience. The group I am creating will comprise heads of businesses in non-competing industries who are growth-oriented and willing to both support and be supported in the course of working within the group. Membership in the group also requires a commitment to confidentiality and to listening to the opinions of others in an open and non-judgmental way. Since I will be chairing the group, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Building my group of companies was a very exciting adventure that brought me to live permanently in the US, and during which time I acquired 3 other businesses. However, the time came to sell up and move on, and after a couple of years' break building a small resort in Portugal, I started my consulting work. Most of my clients were people who had watched me build that group, along with the US subsidiary that I completed also, and they sought guidance to help them do something similar. There came a point where I wanted to increase my understanding of human behavior and apply it to the organizational environment. So I joined the University of Nevada, Reno's Social Psychology PhD program. What I learned in that program provided me with a sound foundation for my future consulting and coaching work. I later added a coaching certification to my training. I make no apologies for the fact that the passion that influences my consulting work is creativity. Indeed, creativity in an organizational context was the focus of my PhD dissertation. I'm not going to discuss creativity in detail here. If that interests you, it will be the subject of another video. However, it's an important component of a successful business, not just through product innovation, but in terms of everything we do, from decision making to increasing our emotional intelligence as leaders. Creativity is not a measure of our skills as an artist or our inventiveness. It's about the way we view the world. Every decision we make is all the better when viewed from a creative perspective, because creativity has its root in thinking from many different perspectives. In other words, divergent thinking. This is precisely what we achieve in a peer group. When you bring a challenge or a question to the group that I'm building, you will get several different answers reflecting different experiences and worldviews. This brings creativity into your business. The group will meet for half a day once a month, and between those meetings, group members will also have access to up to 2 hours of one-on-one coaching. This can be used to address business challenges or personal ones. Another feature of this group is that from time to time, we will be bringing in experts to tell us about their specialties. These may be digital marketing or AI, or it might be about hiring the right people or export marketing. We get to choose that topic. This will not be a quick half-hour chat. This will be a couple of hours of in-depth discussion. Group members will have time to relate that topic to their own situations. To summarize, this is not going to be a networking group. It is not the opportunity for people to grandstand and tell others about their skills. This is a group where, in this trusted environment, people will learn to be a little bit vulnerable. Sometimes that vulnerability may show in discussion of their management practices, or it may show in their personal life. One thing that has supported my desire to establish this group is data from Dun & Bradstreet. They found that business members of groups such as this one, on average, outperform businesses with no peer group connections by a staggering 2.2 times, 220%. They also found that in the days of COVID, when the average small business was suffering revenue decreases of around 4.5%, those with leaders in peer groups enjoyed revenue increases of a similar amount. If you have never enjoyed making decisions that have been influenced by a dozen other experienced peers, You might find these figures to be a little bit of a stretch. However, I can tell you that your viewpoint will change if you join a group like mine. I'll give you one quick example. The directors of a business I was working with in Europe decided that their 2-year strategic plan was to sell the business. I put together a focus group comprised of experienced leaders. We needed to increase revenue and margin more quickly than the sales of existing product would achieve. There were new hardware products in the pipeline, but these would not impact either performance measure significantly inside the 2-year timeframe. This business makes lighting control equipment, and some of these systems go into offices, schools, movie theatres, car parks, even a casino. Some of these venues are non-critical regards a failure of any part of the lighting system. However, the lights go down in a casino and you could have a problem. Now, the lights would never actually go down completely, but the perception of the problem is what is important. So I floated the idea of introducing a 3-tiered extended warranty program. Silver, gold, platinum. You know the kind of thing. I'd already moved to the US by this time, and I'd been working with them remotely, but with time differences and so forth, it had become cumbersome. So I found replacement experts to take over most of my tasks and just kept in occasional contact. I talked to Andrew, the CEO, this last January and asked how the sale of the business was going. You can actually see this video testimonial on the Plan for Change website. He said they hadn't sold the business. Why not? I asked. He told me they'd taken it off the market because they were now growing by 25% per annum. And the shareholders, of which he was one, couldn't think of a better way to invest their money if they sold it. I asked about the extended warranty program, which had initially met with some cynicism from his co-directors. He told me it was now contributing 30% to their total revenue. More importantly, he told me that part of the income coming from the extended warranty program was actually 70 to 80% profit. Their equipment is very reliable, so the cost of a warranty claim overall was very little. The point is that the peer group contribution here was that an environment had been created where there is no such thing as a bad idea. Also, it was such that everybody got on board developing the idea, even if it was not their own. So the idea became a profitable reality. This is just one of many positive results I have seen of peer group enhancement to business growth. Go ahead and share this video with friends or colleagues if you think it would be of interest to them. And please email me or message me on LinkedIn if you would like a one-on-one discussion about your business group. And we can start the process of seeing whether the group feels right for you and if you would be a fit for the group. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know if you would like notifications of a future podcast.